Just going to check if the audio is all good once again. All right then, hello everybody. Welcome to BRL Season 11, Round 3 here around Portimao. Not too many people out here at the moment, 16. We should have a few more people joining throughout the quality session. I think we'll be on track to have 19 drivers. So hopefully nothing too bad. Apologise for the mic quality as well. The mic quality isn't the best today. The microphone has just died on me, and this is the second best thing I can get. So if it is a bit choppy, or you hear me just break up a bit, then that is the reason why. We've already got people coming out though, pretty much immediately here. Rashik, Kadom, and Josh. So hopefully, Rashik on the mediums there. So looks like there's gonna be no threats of rain, at least in qualifying. Not sure on the race, but we're just going to wait and see for that one really. Both the McLarens also already out. Just got to wait once again, obviously, for everybody to start their laps. Let's go quickly run through the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship here. Rio Harris currently leads in the RB on 50 points, taking 2 wins, neither pole or fastest lap, but he does get 25 points for each win that he's taken. And can he make it 3 in a row here around Portimao? Tyler there, P2 in the McLaren, 39 points. He does have a podium to his name, and he does have a pole position to his name, but he is in P2. Josh there in P3, so hopefully this McLaren lineup can score big points to try and catch up to RB in the standings, as RB obviously are in first in the team standings as well. 80 points to them to McLaren's 49. So it's already a pretty big goal, so hopefully something can happen there, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, we're going to quickly take off that, and we're going to go on board with Rashik Niels for the first lap here around Portimao. And we're going to look now into turn 1. Pretty nice. A little bit of a hesitation there, though. Into here now. Turn 4, I believe this is. Counting the turns. Pretty nice third gear. This has been a track that's hard on traction. That corner that we just went by there into turn 5 is going to prove it here. Turn 6 now. Higher, heavy braking zone. I believe second gear's a better one here, but I think people will sort of stick to third just to keep sure that they have some nice traction. Turn 7, I think, now. And into turn 8 here. This is a very hard corner to get right. You can see there Rashik just hesitating a bit to stop the throttle, but he does get it done quite nicely on the medium tyres. So even then, this will not be the quickest lap. This will not be the one with the most grip, and we'll just wait and see what this lap is. Here's also very, very easy to lose grip on the car, but let's see now. Hopefully, he doesn't get a bit of traffic from what I believe is a Red Bull ahead. So make sure he keeps to the inside of the corner there, and he does so pretty nicely. Third gear into here, surely you get an upshift into 4th once he gets out of here. Very nicely done. No issues with traction at all. And what we've done, because there's issues with the final call, we try to keep everyone to the inside as much as possible. So this is why you're seeing a lot of people take to the inside and be in the middle of the track instead. Rashik with a 17.4, Josh beating that with a 16.5. Jesus, I'm not getting these laps right. Well, Kadon looks like he's had a mistake on that lap. So he's there with 23.4. Tyler there 66. That's a lovely, lovely bit for the RB to try and challenge there. But Rio Harris will do that. The player on 1-2 at the moment. My throat is getting a bit sore, so you might already hear that I'm a bit strained throughout the rest of this race. Anyway, Rio Harris line a 16.7. So at the moment, our current championship leader is not on pole position at the moment. I think Dimu's going to come across the line, and he does. Slots into P4 behind Rio Harris. But he's going to have to go again, obviously, for his better laps. Wisburn as well, making a bit of a mistake on that lap, I think. He's gone on 19.9, and we're just going to go on board with Blackburn. Because Jeremy Saff goes quickest of all in the Haas. We haven't seen incredible qualifying pace from the Haas drivers, but I think we're going to have that change now, because I think Jeremy Saff has got an absolute monster of a lap on there so far. Someone else also popped up there, knowing like into P7 ahead of Wisburn and Kadon. What about Blackburn? Though we saw the purple in the middle sector, only P6, so he's going to be struggling a little bit here. Is any of the other McLarens going for another lap? I don't believe they are. Who else is going for some laps? I think Kadon here is going for another one unless he comes in. No, he does not. Let's see what the time is. 17.6, so pretty respectful, ahead of knowing like there. Oh, this is why. Okay, Wizard's on intermediate, so he'll definitely be going quicker at some stage during this qualifying session. Who else is out there who is maybe able to go and do a better lap and is close to doing the lap fully? Wizard will go into the pits, obviously. Don't think anyone behind there will do anything else. This is a shit track so I'm sorry, Blackburn, it's a bit too late now, unless someone goes flying, either with the advice of taking to the inside of the corner. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Brisbane should be going in this lap, as with Jeremy Saff in the ASCAR there. Yeah, looks like he's pulled into the pits on the mini-map. Jalen, though, let's see what he does coming across the line in the Sauber. 17.3. So it's not so bad in the midfield so far. Our heads because another person's going to come across the line soon, but it looks like he's backed out, and yep, he has. He's going to come into the pits now, and that should be him done. Looks like CJ Drama also backed out a little bit there, as I think the Williams of Kadon, yeah, is ahead of him. Not sure there's any slipstream tactics going on here between the two, but let's just watch it from Kadon's point. Now he comes into the pits. Looks like CJ Drama will continue on, but I don't know if we're going to see any crazy laps here at the moment. Tyler looks like he's gone for a warm-up again, and that has worked for him there. Tyler with a 16.4, I believe, yeah, on warm tyres, so very well done from Tyler. Blackburn also having issues out there with a spin currently, so that is, well, awful for him, let's put it that way. Who else is currently on laps? Like Jalen, who might have been on a lap there, but he's a few seconds down, so not for him there. Who else is really doing anything? I don't think many people are. Jalen looks like, yeah, he's the only one really trying to push, I guess, knowing like not using any battery, and CJ Drama with his validated lap. And Tyler, obviously, we know has just gone quickest on the used set tyres. So I don't think anything else there is really going to happen, at least for now, really. We have to wait for something like Kodo, I think, is one of the first to start their laps, as with Jimmy Jags and Skillstan. I think we're going on board with Kodo here, because it has seemed so far impressing with a P2 start, but that looks like a very unstable moment for the other Haas of Kodo here, as he starts his first lap of the session. Let's see what he does here. Will it be further unstable? Ooh, looks a bit wide, and that is invalidated. That is gone. Looks like there is a Williams there also trying to get out of the way there. Yeah, a little bit of a traffic bit here. It's Josh. Kodoy, I think, trying to start. Ooh, that's a big crash if that was the case. Yes, it was. D-Move, I'm really not sure how he's done this. He might have started warming the tyres, because I think we just saw him just try and let people by, and now he's just spun. No idea what's happened there. But anyway, let's go to any of the other people here at the moment. Jimmy Jags invalidates the lap. He's not going quicker. Skills Dan says he's got above middle sector. Let's go and watch him for the moment. I don't know if it's true, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Kodoy, yeah, once again on that validated lap. So he's not going to go any quicker for now. But let's watch Skills Dan. This doesn't look like it's going to be close to the line here. Maybe it will be. Let's have a look. It gets quite close. Yeah, up to P5. Never mind. I thought it was just going to be a very little improvement and jump up in positions for him, but never mind. What about the Sheik Beals? Looks like he's been on pace for qualifying so far, and he is once again. He is up there with a 16.3 at the moment, and the Asline team do need a strong finish here. They didn't really do well last time out in Japan, and they do need some proper points here to start properly kickstarting their campaign. CA Drama has gone across the line there for a P12, and Kodoy also going for another lap. Who else is going for laps at the moment? Rio House doesn't look like he is. Skillstan obviously recharging. Demu looks like he is going for a lap. Looks like Josh is also on a lap, a 10th and a bit up at the moment, but he's got the V-carb in his way. He's going to make sure that gets out the way as soon as possible. Who else is here? Wisburn is also on a lap. I think we're going to stick with... where is he now? I've actually forgotten where he is. I lost the driver. Jesus Christ. Josh, here we go. I lost him for a bit, but he's back. Yeah, Josh looked like he was going on a pretty decent lap there. I think that's we were on board with him. He's 10th up, which at the moment could already put him on the front row. making it McLaren 2-3. Let's see if he's kept that pace throughout the rest of the lap, or if he's going to box. No, he does not. Josh comes across the line by 6 thousandths. He's taking it at the moment for pole position, and that is exactly what the McLaren team need. Jeremy Saff also up a little bit here. We're actually going to watch Jeremy Saff, I think, because he's been, I think, the star of the show so far. Wisburn goes up to P5 on his first soft tyre run. Who else is going to try and challenge that? Kadam can't. He goes 11 fastest at the moment. McLaren come across the line of Tyler to start his lap. Who else is that? I think that's a Red Bull. Could be Blackburn to start his lap. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like. I think we'll see the drama going again. Blackburn might now be starting his lap, because I think that is him now and there. Jerry South has lost a few tenths through this middle sector, so let's see if he can gain any time back in the final. Doesn't look like he is. I think that was quite slow through there. He's still going, but I think that was quite slow through that corner. I don't think he's really going to make any big improvements now. Yeah, not using any DRS really coming across the line. I'm not sure what Jerry South's plan is, and his plan is instead going to the pits. And that is Rio Harris cutting some grass. I hope not going to get disqualified for any sort of shenanigans here, because I don't really want him to. And I think he's all okay there. Anyway, Josh looks like he's also going to go for another lap, or maybe going to the pits. Tyler, let's see what he's doing currently. He's a few hundreds up. And I think hundreds is the game here, because it's very tight at the front at the moment. Let's see if McLaren can really get this going now. There's quite a bit of a congestion there in Sector 3. Everyone's trying to get some times in, or just get past everyone else. And I think time's going to be set quite rapidly here throughout the next few seconds. Tyler going to come across the line, and now 16.24 Tyler. Very good job from him. Wisburn is not on another lap. Who else is? Timu is not on his lap. Red Bull come across the line of Blackburn. Let's see if he's able to do it. Staying well away from the outside. He goes up to P6. And it's looking pretty close here. Look at this. 754, 763, 785, and an 816. Very close in the midfield right now. Jimmy Jags and Henson also need to set lap times of their own. But, yeah, really need some pace for some people to come out. And it's McLaren 1-2 at the moment. It's pretty crazy. So let's just wait and see who else is going to try and stop them. Wisburn looks like he's trying his best. He's only 8 thousandths down at the moment, but he's quite a lot of BRS already in that Ferrari. Let's see as his, I'm assuming, rival there. Geez, how Demon's struggling, not going to lie. Well, I mean, P8 for him so far. Still pretty decent. And Wisburn, though, look at this, though. 2 tenths up at the moment. If he keeps this going, looks like he's going to be on the front row, dismantling that McLaren. And we're going to see what happens here. He might get a little bit of a toe, actually, from his teammate Jimmy Jags, I believe. This is quite nice for the Ferrari team. Jimmy Jags looks like he's going to give him just a little bit of an extra toe down this main straight. Jimmy's pushing it a little bit to the outside there, but it looks like we're going to be all okay. Wisburn to the line, almost taking pole, but he is on the front row, so he does definitely dismantle that McLaren front row that they had. Look like Henson there, finally set time. He goes up into P11, and he might have one more attempt at such. And we're just going to wait and see now who else is on laps. Blackburn's going to come straight into the pits. And I think this is a long moment, actually. I finally get a chance to rest for a second, and let's see if we can add anybody else into the thing. Who do you reckon will be on pole? I'll just have to check on that in a second. Hey, well, big issue is here. My controller is disconnected, and now it's hardly charging. Brilliant news. Just what I wanted to hear. Anyway, yeah, we'll just go quick see here. Is anyone able to be invited? I don't think any of these guys do need inviting. Yeah, no, don't think so. Hopefully, other people can go and. Right, my charger's now just not working. Right, I'll be back in a minute, guys. 1 minute. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, it's quite a few issues at the moment. I don't know if I missed anything, but I think the grid looks mostly the same at the moment. I think Kodoi is the only one really on a competitive lap. I think Rio Harris might be as well, but he's backed out of it. Let's see what Kodoi does. 7 tenths up at the moment. This would be a big improvement for the Haas team. Goes to the line, but he's lost a few tenths in that final sector. Just look how close it is here, though. I mean, just a few tenths can put you up a few positions here, and it's just what we need for these runs. It's great to see this in qualifying. I'm just going to wait and see who else can really do the improvements now. Pavlos has joined us, and he is back here now. Here, Harris were doomed. Yeah, very actually surprising when you look at these things. I mean, the man who's won our last two races, of the first two races of the season, and into our third round, is only currently P7 at the moment, half a second off pole. Now, obviously, we know Rio House has got pretty big margin, all things considered. So I'm just going to wait and see if anything else can come of this, really. I mean, I hope so, at least for his sake. But yeah, his championship might be really under threat here from Tyler. And we're just going to have to wait and see once we get to the end of qualifying, which is just 2 minutes away now. And let's now wait for the final laps to come in. We're going to start with a few final laps here. But we just have to wait and see. But Cade on here is going to be the first them to set the final laps, because I don't think he's going to get another lap in unless he can recharge and go again. He does improve by a few tenths and goes up a few positions up to P11, but that is about it for him. Who else is currently on laps very far throughout the lap? Rio Harris. Well, he's not going any quicker. I don't know how this has happened, but Rio Harris, frustratingly as well, purposely retiring from the session there with no front wing. No idea how that's happened, but he is probably fuming with himself there. Henson also doing his best to get out of the way of other drivers as Mercedes comes through of, I believe, that is knowing light, but he's on a bad lap at the moment. CEO John will be, I think, the first person to properly go and finish the lap now, but he's got a big snap of oversteer out the corner. Let's see if anything's going to happen for him, if there's going to be any improvement in position at all. That was probably lose him quite a lot of time. He's going to be fighting knowing light for the lower positions, maybe. Henson also does need to get a move on and improve. Let's see what he does. See, he jump across the line. Only a few hundredths gain in the end. He's not going to go any quicker unless he tries continuing on that same set of tyres and fuel. But I don't believe it's going to really happen. At least not a big improvement for him in the end. Anyway, let's see this now. Rashik, one of the main tennis pole position, just 100th down so far. Josh, we also know he's quick in that McLaren. Let's see what he does through this first sector. Let's have a look. 100th down. Everyone's getting pretty close here. Jeremy Saff, his teammate Kodai retired from a session in the pit lane. He's a few hundreds up, so let's wait and see what's going to happen. There's a Williams off track there, but I don't know who that is. We're going to look at Tyler's first sector just before we see everybody else crossing the line. Swissburn is not going to be the one to finish their lap first. So Ferrari, Jimmy Jackson, I think he's going to finish his lap first. Tyler, 800s up in the purple middle sector. Let's watch Rashik now. He's 600s up. Let's wait and see what he does. Jimmy Dags comes into the pits. He is not setting a lap time here. Could Rashik in the Aston Martin pull enough time out in front? It's only separated. These sort of gains can be the difference here between pole position and P4 on the grid. Rashik comes across the line. He does not improve. What about Josh here in the McLaren? He is a little bit down this side. Tried going as much of a toe from the Red Bull as he can. Josh across the line. He's a tenth down as well. Tyler now 2.5 tenths up here. It looks like he might even go to the 115s at this point. Let's see. Looks who's going to cross the line now. Pablos for his only lap on session goes P11. Looks like now Alpi's going to come across the line. Skills down, stays in P9. Blackburn retires. He's not improving. Who else will come across the line and improve? I think someone else did, but I don't know who it was. Tyler comes across the line, loses a bunch of time. He is still under threat for the pole position. And we're going to have to wait and see now as Wisburn is going in that Ferrari. Will they be able to take the final point for pole off of Tyler? Wisburn to the line now, and he goes on to pole position, 1:16.181. That is the lap that he was looking for, and it takes the McLaren 1-2 that could have happened all out of its hands, and Wisburn in the Ferrari seals it and takes pole position around Portimao for round 3. P5 in the championship is his currently, and he takes that one extra point to go up to 23 points, and hopefully for him, start his title charge. There is no better time to do it with Blackburn and Rio Harris in a bit of a disappointing P6 and P7. And realistically, even, I mean, yeah, Tyler is really the one to actually go and take the fight now to Rio Harris. A few positions above Rio Harris, 5 positions if I actually want to make it specific. And he's 11 points down currently, so he's going to make sure that this race is good enough for it. I think we're just waiting for Demu to come to the pits here. And Hazard should. Yeah, Hazard's joined just in time, so he's all okay. I can't spectate him, but he's all okay. Demu here looks like he's trying to get the final checks, and here we go. Let's run through the grid here, and it's very tight across the top 11 even, all under a second there. Anyway, Wisburn on pole for the Ferrari team, and Tyler and Josh complete the top 3 spaces in the McLaren team. Rashik P4, Jeremy Saffron, impressive P5 from the Haas team, Blackman P6, and Rio Harris, championship leader, down in P7. Demu P8, Skills down P9, Kodoy rounding out the top 10 with Haas. Raul Henson in P11, and finally to the 1 second gaps, Pablos, Kadom, Jalen, Knowing Light, CJ Drama, and the 2 didn't set time, Jimmy Jags, and he is there, Hazard in the Alpine, but he didn't set time at all. He joined, I think, after the section technically ended, so I don't know if he's going to have a setup or not, but we're just going to have to wait and see. So race strategies here, I think it also be pretty different. I think a medium soft is the best here. It's quite a bit of tyre wear, but I think it is something that people really should be going for. Safety car should also be at a minimum here. I think it's quite hard to crash properly. So we'll just wait and see on that. But yeah, I can definitely see a lot of different strategies here. Soft, hard, hard, soft, hard, medium, medium, hard. Medium, soft, like I said, soft, medium. Literally any sort of track which allows a one stop in this game can be pretty different on strategy, and I think this one is a prime example of it. 36 laps around this track, so it is quite a long one. I believe it's 36 laps anyway. It's quite a long track, and as long as you can make the mediums last, the softs can last for the same amount of laps as well. I think it's the best strategy, but obviously everyone will think differently to me, and maybe we'll see different strategies. I'm not sure. But at the moment, it looks like everyone's on the same wavelength here. Everyone's starting on the mediums or softs from what we're seeing. And it looks like now we're going to head to the 5 red lights for round 3 of BRC's 11. Quick light stun, and it's underway. Wisberg getting quite a bit of wheel spin on the medium tyres there, and it looks like he's got a lovely start ahead of the 2 McLarens. Let's see if there's any movement further back here. We're going to look almost 4 wide into turn 1. Looks like no one's spanned around at least 4 now. Both McLarens there looking pretty decent. Blackburn trying to go around the outside of Machine Needles, gets cut off a little bit, but it's 3 wide here. They've got to be very careful going up the hill. Looks like Jeremy Sapp backed off, and Rio Harris goes wide. That's going to have Skill Dan to go ahead in the Alpine here. Absolute carnage behind this Skill Sapp. Tries to make another move here on Jeremy Sapp. He does barge a little bit out of the way, but it looks like he's going to get that move done on the soft tyres, and he does need it. Gets the power on the exit, and he is through. Yellow flags behind him. Let's see that John Ram stopped by the side of the track. Looks like his move's trying to go on there with the Kick Sauber guys. I think Jalen and Demu were fighting. Demu has not had a great start to this race either, down in P10 on medium tyres. Looks like Jalen, though, going to try and get his nose in here, and he's going to go on the inside on them medium tyres. Same tyres here, so no grip difference. It's just the tyres trying to work their best here for both cars, and it looks like Demu trying to send it back up the inside. Looks like Jalen. Looks like he's locked his rears there, I think. And he is down now to P11, maybe it was P12 here, as Kodoy trying to get round on the inside there. Jalen offline, and he's going to lose a lot of time behind that car. Anyway, going back to the front of the field now, looks like Tyler is already trying to make the intention of this race, trying to see if he can go on the inside of Whisper, but it's not going to happen here so far. Let's see. Skill Stan also 1 second behind on the soft tyres. He's quickly getting DRS, and I think he might just do that. Henson has a fighting behind as well. I think they went side by side to turn 1 there, so very brave stuff from the both of them. And let's see now, Tyler, will he be able to try and make a move or here? Will Josh be able to make a move here? Let's have a look. Looks like no one's going to go for it so far. We've got to make sure on lockups here as well. It's going to be very congested once we get into here. Looks like Henson now and Knowing Light going to fight each other. And Hazard trying to sneak through on the soft tyres there, but nothing's going to happen at the moment. Henson looks like he's going to get Knowing Light on the inside. Knowing Light trying to fight his way around the outside, but he's not going to find any space there. Henson going a little bit deep and definitely a little bit wide there. Knowing Light does keep traction pretty nice. Let's see if he's going to be able to try and make a move up here into the next corner, maybe on the inside. Thinks about it, tries a bit of a send, but there's no true confidence on the brakes to outbrake Henson, but he does go a little bit more on the gas. Van Dijk did there, and he's starting to look a little bit vulnerable on the exits. And Hazard, never mind, as I say that, knowing he's struggling here. We're actually going to watch this little fight that's going on at the moment before we watch fight for the lead. And Hazard almost going off the track there. They're going to go 2x2 through the final corner. This is pretty brave. Looks like Whisper's going to be overtaken though. Hazard needs to make sure he doesn't go too wide. But anyway, Tyler does take the lead off of Whisper. Looks like it was no other move so done currently. And it's a bit of a train now. Dan needs to try and make sure he's in the same spot. It looks like Josh trying to defend from Rashik Meals there too. Big train here. I was expecting a lot more spread out field so far. But at the moment, looking pretty damn congested. And even when there is a bit of a spread out here, looks like it's going to be no moves at the moment. But look, even when it's pretty spread out, I mean, these guys, 5 of them, they're well away from DRX normally. But look at this. All of them right next to each other. So at least we know that everyone who is fighting each other has got that similar pace. Jimmy Jags also coming out of nowhere, really, to take P14. Hazard falling down a few places as well. Not sure how it's happened, but he is now there. Jimmy Jags looks like he's sort of a little bit wide as well. There may be some fighting going on ahead, but this is some great fighting back here. And it's only for the lower points, but I think it's still pretty damn interesting. And we're going to see our Henson now trying to get the power down, trying to go outside, now inside. Jimmy Jags maybe? No, he decides to stick back. Oh! And Kadon there breaks a little bit late. Does hit the back of my Henson, but I don't think he's lost much time to the cars in front. And I think he's doing all right. But let's see now, Tyler. This is a close I can really run to the end of that curb. We don't want anyone going under the map now. But yeah, Wisburn looks like he's going to take the lead back from Tyler. And there we go. The lead has changed hands once again. Dan still sticking pretty well there. And Jimmy Jags also getting past something like now. Looks like our head's on the inside as well, trying his best to make it work. Very twitchy rear end there from our Henson. He has made it work, knowing on the inside, but he's outbraked himself there. Our Henson's going to get him now. And let's see, will Kadon get him as well? Got to be very close to the inside. Don't make contact. Hazard does get a penalty as well. Blackburn and Rio Harris also fighting here. Look at this scrap that's going on. And it looks like Jeremy Saff also involved. Let's see if he's able to get anything done. No, he's not. Who's going to blink at these two? It looks like neither of them are going to blink. And they've got side by side through turns 7 and 8. That was amazing stuff. And Blackburn did back out in the end. And now look at this. Paplos on the outside. It's going to turn to the inside of the corner here. Will he be able to be brave enough to break it on the inside? Trying to get forced back a little bit wide, and he does do so. D-Move now going to try and go for the move here on Blackburn. Will Blackburn be able to outbreak him? It looks like he's going to, but he's got to make sure he doesn't hit the car out in front. Jeremy Saff also into the wall. I'm not sure how he's done that, but he is into the wall there now. I'm not sure what's going to bring out any sort of safety car. He retires from the session there, Jeremy Saff, and that's completely understandable there. He was in such a high position, but unfortunately for him, he has had some issues, and he is out of this race. And our first retirement of the 18 runners so far. We could maybe get any more. We might not get a single one after that one, but we're just going to wait and see now. And there is a little bit of a gap there between Rio Harris and Skill Sound. Looks like Rio Harris just decided to go for the warning and just take that. There's Hazard knowing side by side as well, knowing force off the track a little bit. And I think he's just trying to stick with the guys up in front there, and there's a little bit of contact. And our heads, I think, also off the road up ahead. Hazard right on the back of him now. Let's see if anything's going to happen between these two. Maybe even Nolan up behind could try and go in the scrap. Hazard looks like he's going to be on the inside of our Henson, and he's going to make the move by Henson. Trying to go for a switchback there. Hazard blocks off pretty nicely, and that is for the final points position so far. Obviously, it doesn't seem like a thrilling place to fight at, but when points are so far down, I think it's pretty nice to see. Oh, Hazard also losing it here. We're actually going to watch these guys. They've got nothing really to lose at the moment. It's just the 1 point they're fighting for, and Jimmy Jags and Kadon have escaped up the road. So looks like these two are going to have their fun out at the back of the field. But if it's going to be for a point, I think they won't mind that whatsoever. Anyway, Wisburn continues to lead here. He might be safe from Tyler behind, but he's going to turn on the overtake, and let's see what happens now down this straight. Tyler looks like he might go for a move. No, decides to back off Pabloso, getting past Rio Harris, as Rio Harris now does not have the DRS. And with the medium tyres, he's going to fall to P7. Blackburn on the softs, still in P8, not really able to make the moves here. And the lap's going down pretty damn quick now. Lap 6 of 33 already. Hazard past our Henson. Any moves that come on through here? Because I'm going to go back to this fight, I think. Yeah, I don't think any other moves going to happen at the moment. Oh, never mind, there is. D-move on the inside of Blackburn. Blackburn's going to maybe have just a better exit, and he does on soft tyres. Pulls the battery, and it might just get ahead here. D-move tries to hold him around the outside. This could be a great move if he pulls this off. D-Move on the outside, Blackburn on the inside. Looks like he's going to get it. Yeah, Blackburn with a traction loss, and D-Move takes a place. A lovely move from him. Kodoy trying to take his chance as well. Use the battery to go round the outside. Blackburn trying to hold it there, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Kodoy stays on the outside. Blackburn has a little touch with the rear of Kodoy's car, but that is some brilliant racing once again. Blackburn falls to 10th. It's so close out in this field. CJ Ramos picks up a penalty, but look at this, Pablos so close to getting DRS now. He will need one more lap, and I think the whole train's going to start reforming again. Let's just wait and see for this one. Wisburn looks like he's going to get past by Tyler out in front. Pablos said, look at that, the pace is evident from the Kickstarter driver, setting the fastest lap of the race, and he only had one qualifying lap to go and try and get himself up the field, and he's doing this pretty well now. And he's, well, obviously much better than his teammate Jalen at the moment. He's doing very good to get ahead of him. Hayden looks like he's also got past Jimmy Jags saying, Jimmy Jags may try and go for a move. He does decide against it. Blackbone! Blackbone has spun it! Blackbone, he was looking pretty good in the championship so far, but unfortunately for him, his season's not got off to a good start, and he's now down into P16. He has had only one race so far, and he did get 15 points. Be a nice chance to get him right back up into the championship. Let's see if he can fight for it, but he's got a damaged wing now. I don't think he's going to be able to come back from this one unless safety car happens at any point. So yeah, absolute disaster for the Red Bull team, and realistically even for the RB team at the moment. These McLarens are doing amazing at the moment, but as I say that, Tyler does have a little snap. It is still there, really, this lack of grip, knowing like also, looks like he's had a bit of an off there, and does he have any damage on his car? Yeah, a little bit of end plate damage on the right side of that car. Let's see if that's going to lead him to box early. We do not know, but Wisburn, what we do know is he's taking the lead, and Pablos looks like he's fallen off a little bit here as Rio Harris is trying to climb back up to him there. Rio Harris looks like he's going a little bit wide there too. D-Move also on the back of Rio Harris doing his best to do something. Jimmy Jags fiercely fighting with Kado into turn one, but that's a lovely move there from Jimmy. Just managed to keep it on the track. Kado back on the inside. This is pretty nice racing here. Jimmy on the outside, turns to the inside of that corner, and looks like he's going to get ahead. Kado respectfully leaving the space, but will he try and leave the space here? Will he go for an absolute send? Late on the brakes, a little bit of a touch there between the two, but I think they have just got away with that one. Senior John gets another penalty out there. He is not enjoying this track whatsoever. I don't think Blackburn is either. He's out on the medium tyres. And has he even changed the wing? They have at least changed the wing. So Blackburn at least will have some pace once he is out of the pits and into this race fully. The only issue is he is down in that P17 spot. I don't think he's going to get much done from there unless, once again, like I said, a safety car does happen at some point in this race. Who knows? But yeah, glad everyone's also staying away from the outside car there. We do not want people flying. That is the worst thing we want right now. But anyway, Wisburn set the quickest lap. Oh, he's out of his side there though. But yeah, Wisburn set the quickest lap of the race on lap 9. So it's all it tells you here. I think the tyres are holding on pretty well. And the benefit of DRS is very much outweighing what it is for the fresher tyres. D-Move and Rio Harris here having a lovely bit of fighting. Looks like he's going to be squeezed to the inside though, D-Move. Knowing like retires to the pit lane, I think with that damage. So unfortunately for him, he's not going to go any better in this race. And he leaves the session there. He is out. Our second retirement there. And D-Move tries he might to fight Rio Harris there. He is able to do anything. Kano with Jimmy Jags also fighting. Jimmy Jags take it to the outside there. He gets penalty for that. He might argue against that come the end of the race, but obviously this is in case he has no more warnings. And knowing Jimmy, I think he might get a few more during this race. So yeah, we'll just wait and see what he does here in his battle with Kadon, because I think this is quite intriguing actually. The lower fights for these positions are the less caring about DRS, more caring about the positions, and that's what we want to see. Jimmy Jags round the outside. This would be a nice move if he pulls this one off. Trying to go round the outside, keep it on the outside. Kadon just gives him enough room, and that's a lovely move. He can do that. Look at this fighting here. Our Henson trying to get on it as well. Kadon successfully blocked. Kadon realises the car is there, and our Henson has to make sure he doesn't make contact there. Kadon gives him a little bit of a tap. Jimmy Jags out to try and defend from Kadon, was I think D-Move, yeah, and Rio Harris Looks like they're swapping places still as well. Let's watch these two, actually. We're going to take it away from them. Look how close it is. These bits of fighting are amazing so far. Will Rio Harris go for a send? Of course he will. He's Rio Harris. And D-Move, though, is going to try on the switchback. And it looks like he's got it just done there. And he just pulls ahead of the V-Car. These two having a great battle for 7th place of all things. You wouldn't think D-Move and Rio Harris would be this far down, but they are. And they're having a great fight so far. And our Henson has come out of nowhere to take it from Jimmy Jags, as I think he's lost 2 places since the last time we were looking at him. Jimmy tried going for a move, possibly into turn 7, but now turn 8. Kadon was also being practically pushed through this corner with our Henson. Oh my goodness me, my throat is hurting, and we're on lap 10, and it's brilliant racing here anyway. Kadon, our Henson's going to try switching back onto the outside here. Will he do what Jimmy did, or will he just back off? Looks like he's back up a little bit. That will let Jimmy maybe go down the inside. Our Henson has to be careful on his braking, and it looks like he's all good. But once again, these are all from points positions. It's just the lower points, and they're just not caring exactly about who's going to have DRS or not. It's just pure fighting. And look at this, Kodo and Rio Harris are side by side. Bit of contact there. Rio Harris has to take to the escape room. What tyres people on? Let's have a look at that one for you. Here we go. Most people on the medium tyres at the moment, but a few drivers elect to stay on the soft tyres for now. Our Henson's going to try to go right outside of Kadon. There's the contact, and 3 cars are involved in that one, and it was going to happen eventually. I don't know if there's damage to any of those cars. I'll be surprised if there isn't, but it looks like they're both still going pretty well, and I don't think there is. Ooh, another bit of a swipe there from our Henson. As he aggressively tries to put off Kadon there, probably quite unhappy with that move into turn 1 from him. But anyway, Kadon late on the brakes. Henson's been tapped round. Oh, God. Oh, goodness me. So it's turned into nice fighting, and now it's gone to tears, unfortunately. But we still have the fights out in front. But that was some great racing, actually, up until that point. That was brilliant. No one cared about the DRS there, just wanted to care about pure racing, and that, I think, is realistically what league racing should be. It shouldn't be what we're seeing right now out in front, as Wismo is just going to take an easy move on Tyler. I mean, this is far less interesting to go and commentate over, but yeah, most people on the medium tyres, Rio Harris also getting past Kodoy pretty quickly there. So, yeah, this is now the unfortunate thing. No one's really going to go and make a move until the last few laps, and it's a bit of a shame, really. I was actually enjoying that fight near the bottom. But yeah, let's see if Josh and Tyler maybe go for a swap here. Let's see. Josh will be trying to signal to his teammate there. He wants to swap, but I don't think it's going to happen. Tyler goes a little bit deep, though. So potentially swap could be incoming between the two. They're only a few tenths of a heart, and they probably don't want Wisman to scamper up the road. So they might stick where they are, really. Keep the DRS benefit. Oh, Josh having a little bit of a snap there. And our Henson into the pit lane now for some soft tyres. Oh, no, sorry, hard tyres. I don't know why I had the red outwall there. Might be just stripping that. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, we're going to do one more thing now, actually, and look at the position changes. Quite a few of them should have happened by now. Obviously, the big losers right here, Blackburn and Henson. I think Blackburn even more here, as Henson comes out the pits, and he's pretty much right next to him. And considering where Blackburn started, P6, our Henson side P11, yeah, bit of a loss for Blackburn there. We're just going to quickly go down at the straight here, though. Top 4 is, well, was as it was, but from qualifying, looks like it's still going to be so far. Skills Dan also pulls trigger on the soft tyres, so he thinks he's not going to go any longer. Maybe try and pull for an undercut. And yeah, his position changes anyway. Pavlos and Dimu, the big gainers in the top 6, up 7 for Pavlos. He's having a lovely race so far in the Salvo, and I think he is definitely a contender for driver of the day so far in this race, unless he goes and bins it. We're just going to have to wait and see. But anyway, Skills Dan, where does he come out in relation to his teammate and such? Looks like Blackburn also. Yeah, Blackburn had another issue around the track. Oh, and that was very close between Skills Dan and Kadon. I think that's the biggest close score we've had so far. But obviously, no contact at least, so they are doing all good. See Drum also going to pit lane on the soft tyres. Kadon also getting past there by Skills Dan. So I'll be just, I think, maybe having a mistake there actually, Skills Dan. He was not that close to Kadon. But anyway, let's go and see who else is doing pretty decently at the moment. Now, Dimu still in the back of Pavlos at the moment, trying to get past him, but I don't think anything's really going to stop that kick Sauber wall until the DRS kicks in through the final few corners. And yeah, look at that, right on the back of him here. But I don't think anything's going to happen until they pull open the rear wing I think a little bit of someone I haven't really talked about at the moment, Sheik Mills, still sat within this top four DRS train. It's lovely to see so far. Dimu getting past Pablos there as well. But yeah, Rashik, not talking about really at all this whole race. Talking about a little bit of qualifying, maybe going for a pole position, but yeah, at the moment, nothing really going of it. Rio Harris also getting a penalty. So pretty interesting to see there. He is normally not one for penalties at the moment, but two wins on the bounce. It looks like it's going to end here. And anyone in the top four, really, has got a chance still of winning it. Skills Dan also on the inside of his teammate there, and he gets that place pretty quickly on them fresher medium tyres. Yeah, we're just going to quick look now, though. I think anyone in the top four still fully eligible to win this race. All the medium tyres, so completely differing on how the strategy would go for them. Maybe someone will go on hard tyres, choose the durability rather than the pure pace at the start of the stint. Maybe hoping that the soft tyres will fall off by the end, and then maybe they can attack on the hard tyres. Who knows? We're looking to wait and see when they box, and hopefully we're going to continue seeing some more battles like we saw for the lower points positions, because that was an absolute joy to commentate. So let's just wait and see. Hopefully, I'm proven right. Maybe I'm proven wrong. Let's have a look. Well, we're going to say let's have a look, but obviously not from Sheik's Pov, as he's the first to pit of the top four. So interesting, obviously. Looks like he might go on the hard tyres here, and he does. Yes, he does. People deciding the medium tyre wear is a bit too high. I think most of our people are going to try and elect for the same thing. Going on to the hard tyres there, Rio Harris, hard tyres, one for Kodoy, hard tyres for Jalen, everyone on the hard tyres here. Interesting stuff, really. Jimmy Jacks continues to stay out. Skill Sando on the inside, they'll probably let him go here into turn one, and he does. Jimmy Jacks just trying to get as much of the DRS benefit as he can, make sure it doesn't go in the back of the Alpine, and he should be all good to take DRS benefit from the Alpine ahead of him on the fresh tyres, try and stick it there as long as he can before he comes into the box. But yeah, I'm very surprised by people trying to go on the hard tyres here. Obviously, keeping the train. I think that's main news here. Is Kadon is actually part of this train at the moment. He is not actually meant to be part of the net higher places at the moment. You can see he's also got wing damage as well, so that's going to hurt him on the right end plate, that is. So he's going to hurt a little bit with that. And Jane, I think, needs to pretty much clear immediately now if he wants to go and do anything about that. Dimu also looking like he's got the move on Pablos as he comes in. Tyler gets the move on Lisbon. Pablos, I'm assuming he's going to go onto the hard tyres here, but we're going to have to wait and see on that one as well. I guess his goal really is to go right out whereabouts Rio Harris is, or maybe a little bit further ahead of that. Let's wait and see. Puts on the tyres, goes to the hard tyre, and he is off and away. Rashik looks like he's going to pass him here into turn one. He does so pretty convincingly. Skill stand, is he ahead? He is too. Let's see now. Jimmy Jags also gets ahead of Pablos there. So him not boxing at the moment, doing pretty nicely for him. Assuming he's going to go onto the soft tyres by the end of this, or just waiting it out for that safety car chance. Because it is possible, it's just very, very unlikely around.
All right then. Sorry if you've just been on the stream for a little while and then just heard me being muted. This is now a completely different headset, and it will be probably an even worse one at the moment. But I'm just going to double check if it's all good on audio. Just going to be 1 second before we get going again. All right, looks all okay now. I don't know how long I've been muted for, but that is an absolute annoying thing there. Jimmy just raised that in the chat, and thank God, because I don't know how long I've been muted for, and that is a genuine annoyance. But yeah, I've been commentating maybe the whole time, and no one's been able to hear me. But anyway, if I have been muted that long, that's just a big shame. And anyway, we're just gonna get back to the race, really, from what we've been seeing. At least you have got all the footage of this race, but yeah, how much of that has not been with me and with my voice, then big shame, really. But yeah, Josh now out on the soft tyres, and I think it's quite interesting here. Is that Blackburn getting lapped? No, see a drama. But Blackburn just having as much of an issue here at the moment, and might go and try and retire at the end. But I think he's just trying to, yeah. Muto, are you looking lap times? Okay, that's not bad then. Thank God. Is it still muted now? I just want any of you to check this right here. If any of it still gets muted while I'm doing this, just let me know really right now. But yeah, Tyler into the box here, following his teammate Josh as he's setting a purple middle sector. So them soft tyres. Okay, not the whole time. Okay, that's good news, good news. Yeah, if it's just when I was checking lap times, that's good stuff at least. Not sure why it did that at all, but yeah, we are back. Maybe with a little bit of a different microphone, and you might be able to tell the audio difference that. But yeah, we are back, and at the moment, looks to be quite close to McLaren's here. Dimu fast up on the soft tyres. This is what I'm talking about. The soft tyres are amazing around this track, and I think they're just going to last long enough for these guys to go and take it to the end and maybe make a top 3. Dimu can make a nice comeback here and take a top 4 if he's able to. Dimu, I think he's really electric on those soft tyres, and he definitely is, because we did see him set the fastest up a little bit ago. But now it's all on Wisburn. When will he box? I believe he should box this lap. He does not want to get undercut too much by the Super McLarens, and they can work together then and be ahead of Wisburn that way. So I think he does need to box now. Oh my God. Oh, Henson gets past Hazard. Sorry. All the commentating has done quite a lot to me today for my throat. And the few laps where you probably weren't able to hear me has done quite a bit as well, where you've just not seen it. The only thing that was getting missed there was the fact that I was looking at lap times. The hard tyres were very similar to the medium tyres from these top 3 out in front when they all had their DRS, and it just tells me that I don't think the hard tyre, sorry, is the one to go for. And I think it's just the similar pace to the older medium tyre, and the soft tyres, obviously you can tell, are going massively quick, but this is big stuff for this race. Look at this. Josh and Tyler, 1 and 2 at the moment. Wisburn left out for a little bit too long here, and despite being pretty much in the lead on the track, he's now down to P3. With only a lap or 2 for extra soft tyres, I mean, it could be an extra 5-10% on these guys, but a 2-second gap when they got DRS, and DRS we have seen already is pretty damn powerful here. It's going to be quite difficult to make that time up at the moment. Papos and Rio Harris had a big fight there as well. I think Rio Harris got chopped off a bit before he could even start braking. But yeah, he is having a bit of a struggle race, really. Our Henson pass Hazard there as well. But Hazard trying to go on the switchback here. This is pretty nice stuff between the two of them. P11 and P12. But obviously, the fights always stay the same at the moment. It's always obvious to see the greatest fights that you've seen, no matter what position it's for. And look at this, oh, Henson can try on the inside. This is a lovely bit of racing. Hazard does give him the room, and good on him for doing so. Henson also leaves the room on the outside. Will Hazard try and come back at him? He's using the ERS, trying to go on the inside, but nothing's going to happen here between the two of them. But yeah, let's go back to the front. This is the thing that we were trying to say. Tyler, 17.9, quickest lap of the race so far. And Wisburn also doing the quickest lap, quickest final sector of his race so far. But yeah, Rashik Mills now also past skills down. He's still been fighting quite a lot. And at the moment, I think they're working together here to save themselves from D-Move. I've said how quick the soft tyres are, and he's caught a few seconds in the past few laps. D-Move should be right on the back of these two by the end of the race. I'm just going to wait and see who is going to take P4 out of these three at the moment. I mean, obviously, Skillsend does have that penalty, but we don't know the warnings of these guys at the moment, and they could be on 2 warnings, both of them. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that one. Pablos also still ahead of Rio Harris so far, and he's trying to break away from Jalen as Rio Harris has that 3-second penalty. Hazard pass for Henson once again. These two are going to keep fighting. Let's have a look. It looks like nothing's going to happen into this turn, but obviously we've seen that turn 4 was a bit of a lovely place to do it. Sia Drama also having a big bit of issues there. Getting passed now again by these guys after they have boxed. But yeah, disaster. Oh, Blackburn as well. Yeah, absolute disaster for the Red Bull team. I mean, they are technically still getting 1 point, but obviously this is definitely not the race that they needed. Sia Drama looks like they're coming to retire. Yep, from the race, and there we go. P15, unfortunately for him, and out. So, yeah, Kanem also retired. I don't know when that happened, but he's gone. I don't know if I commentated that, I just absolutely forgotten it. But, yeah, he's gone. Rashid, though, look at this. Absolute bravery from him so far. He is on the inside skill stand trying to make a move, but look who's caught up now. D-Move on the soft tyres, doing his best now to ruin the party for these lot. And I think it's going to happen here. Looks like both trying to be concerned with each other. He's going to try and make it 3 wide. Pressures Rashid into a lockup. Hits skills down a little bit off. That's 1 car down. Will it be 2 cars down for D-Move? Really squeezing the outside here. Will he have the grip to try and go around the outside? He does do his best. Rashid all over the road, trying his best to try and defend him. But I think he's just got the grip here. D-Move getting forced right to the outside. Rashid holds the place for now. But I think, yeah, look, he's trying to go defensive here. He's just got to be careful about where he places his car. It's some lovely defending driving so far from the Aston Martin, but it might not last long here. Will D-Move take it down the inside? I think he might not need to. I think the DRS is a lot better for him to take, but it looks like he's going to try and take it anyway. Rashid backs off for the DRS. I did see that he was not going to try and commit to the braking in that corner, but let's see it now. It's only a few tenths ahead. And D-Move, I don't know if he's prepared to see the Aston Martin come at him at a rate of knots. Really, Skill Stand as well. Look at Skill Stand's pace down the straight. Looks like he's going to have an absolute proper run. It wouldn't have been Rashid. Will it be Skill Stand? He is Skill Stand on the inside. D-Move, though, tries to go on the inside there, trying to get the position back. Breaks early, though, this time, D-Move. He wants a DRS now. And it looks like it's going to happen. Tries forcing him a little bit to the outside there. Looks like D-Move's going to try and go on the inside now. And it should be in position unless Rashid can do anything about it. Will he try and do an ultra set to the inside? No. Will he try and switch back on any of the cars here? Looks like D-Move, though, just has that grip. And Skill Stand also has the grip to stay ahead of Rashid currently. Oh, but he has got a little bit wide there, though, and they're both could be congealed right next to each other now. Henson and Hazard continuing to fight there. Now it's a big chop from Henson just to get ahead of Hazard. Jimmy Jags also into the pits there. Maybe trying to go for a fast up attempt, and I do not blame him whatsoever. He's down in P13 at the moment. P14 as Blackman gets ahead of him. But if he does get that fastest start point, it's basically a P13 for him. So, either way, it's a win-win for him. He still gets the same amount of points, and I guess if he doesn't get the fastest start, he at least did his best. But, yeah, something I need to note now, Wisburn. He has joined the party with the top 3 here. The slight bit extra wear has now got him into a nice advantage, and that's Jimmy Jags out in front, getting a penalty and going off the track. But I guess that's good for him. He doesn't give anyone DRS out the top 3, so hopefully none will be angry about influencing the race of lap cars there. So thank God, good on Jimmy for getting out the way there. But yeah, so far, still sticking with D-Move so far, these two, Skills Dan and Rashid Mills, but I think both of them will be fighting against each other really, more than trying to catch D-Move, at least for now, before his tyres start falling off a little bit, because 7 laps on soft tyres already. He's going to be about 14 by the end of this race, so obviously he's going to have to wait for that one. Hazard, tends to come out to be speeding in the pit lane as well. I think these two, Hazard and Jimmy Jackson, fight out for the fastest lap of the race, and this is what we want to see when you're in the low points positions as well. I mean, even when there's not much fighting to be done, I think everyone's just going to go for fastest lap attempts here now, bolting on fresh softs, because no way a 14 lap old hard is going to be that worn out already. I think there's going to go for just the fast up attempts. These three also sitting right in the middle of the track here for the DRS, and that's brilliant news. Once again, I've said it enough times. Thank God they do this, because I do not want to see people fly under the map, even getting quite close there as I say that, though. Yeah, no one needs to go on that outside Astro strip there, really. Otherwise, it's definitely possible. They're getting quite close now, though, as the race goes on. I think everyone just wants to try and get the best line possible, and obviously the best line possible is the widest line possible here, at least during the race. You carry the most speed down the straight that way, and you should be all good to line up and move into the first turn, or that's down a straight normally. But yeah, people get a bit too greedy now. I don't like how greedy it's getting. But yeah, as long as you don't see a car just absolutely fall for the ground, then we should be at least all okay there. And yeah, I guess if it actually happens, then obviously we're probably going to disqualify them at that rate. We have warned all the drivers, obviously. And some people may say it's unfair to disqualifying for such a thing, but they've all been warned about it. If it does happen to them, then it is on them. We have explained it post-race, and we've also explained it to them before the race fully started. So, yeah, just got to hope and pray that none of them do it here, but look at this now. I think a fight on for the lead. It's going to happen here. Look at this, though. Wisburn immediately switching to the outside there, and he's going to take P2, and he's going to sit behind here for P1, and the chance of it, once Wisburn gets the battery re-sorted out, Rashid Mills there, past Skills down at 2. Jalen looks like he's also going to get passed by Kodoy here. Kodoy on them hard tyres. I think, yeah, hard tyres just have not been the play here at the moment. Most people just haven't really been able to fully gel with the track. City Drama now leaves, and Rio Harris gets another penalty here. He is not having much fun. 6 seconds worth of penalties. And I think, well, he's not been doing worse than Blackburn, really. Blackburn's had an absolute shambles of a race down in P12. But, yeah, just unfortunate for them. And I think these two trying to set the fastest up at the moment. Jimmy Jags on an 18.8. Hazard also doing his best. Henson also trying to go for the fast up of the race, I believe, here now. So great stuff between everyone here so far. Lovely to see that there's at least some competition, even when they're so far apart. At least for now. But yeah, Josh Valley's trying to get back into a fighting range of Wisburn, but I don't think it's going to happen so far. Wisburn saves up quite a decent amount of ERS here. He might try and go for a move right now. Blackburn also benefiting from these three pitting for the soft tyres, as they all just give him a free position. So Blackburn at least gets a few extra points from everybody boxing ahead of him, but he's got a good 50 seconds to the next car. So don't think any more free positions going to be there for Blackburn. I think he's also made a mistake there. There's a Hazard on, I believe, was one of his fast lap attempts. He's getting blocked now, so yeah, maybe a bit of controversy between them few, but obviously for a fast lap point, I think he's got a chance to go and beat it again. So yeah, Blackburn and Hazard just fight each other now, just for the fun of it, really. And our Henson's coming to join the party as well. Let's have a look here. Our Henson on the inside of Blackburn here, trying to make the move. Yeah, Blackburn's two positions that he got gifted a minute ago, they are now immediately gone. And I think these two are going to start fighting once again. It's brilliant stuff. I love it. Yeah, at the moment, Josh now looks to be the outcast in the top 3 here. He looks like pitting first has really had influence on his pace. And I think he's going to fall out DRS here now. It's going to be very damn close. Going down this straight, he might have only just got it, or he might have just been away from it. Let's look now down the straight. Tyler now has got no one to protect him, and there is no DRS from his McLaren teammate behind. Wisburn decides this is the time for the move. Wisburn comes out and takes the lead on lap 30, but it is nowhere near over yet, obviously. Tyler's going to try and come back at him for the last few laps of this race, and I think some swaps are definitely going to be happening now. Skills Dan also, I think, going to try and go past Sheik Mills here for P5, and he does so on the inside. Oh, maybe a little bit of contact there between the two of them. Look at this, though, Tyler on the inside. I just saw this at the right moment. Tyler trying to go for a move down the inside, but Wisburn has the absolute grip on the outside to take it back from Tyler there. He momentarily had P1, but not anymore. Looks like Skills House going to try and have another go here on Rashik Mills. He breaks deep. Rashik does have a little bit of contact with him, but looks like Skills Dan pulled off a nice move there behind. Also there, Rio Harris and Pablos fighting each other. But yeah, Skills Dan Lovely move there to go up to P5 for the Alpine team. Hopefully, for one of their sake, one of the people behind here can go and set the fastest lap. Let's have a quick look here. Hudson, let's just watch these few, as we're also going to see him cut the corner slightly there. Coming across here for the fastest lap attempt. Will our Henson get it? Just does that, 17.9. So Henson looks like he might be on a graphic here at this point. Jimmy Jags also going to do his best to try and get the fast lap back again. But right now, someone's going to try and get the lead back again here. Tyler fakes a move to the inside there. Realises not now. Not now, but he's got a penalty. So it is a mistake to try and back off there. I think he was trying to take it a little bit too committed, and I think he's going to be quite upset with that one. Obviously, now needing to just make the move, and Josh has now fell off. So I think Tyler just needs to do his best to get out that 3-second window, but I think Wisburn might have other plans. He might try and hold people up here. I don't know what he's going to exactly do, but what he is doing right now is holding the lead and holding it well, as Tyler has that penalty. So right now, he is on for a pretty cruise to the rest of the race, and it's a win here. Blackbone also may influence where people get DRS now. Blackbone, as lap car, does need to get out of the way, but 22 lap old mediums. They must be crying out of pain now, as it was for the top few positions here, but this might actually influence the race here. No, he actually lets them by. Okay, so Blackbone is lapped now, and Wisburn and Tyler. So Tyler does have a warning, which is unfair. He's still able to go and try and take the race lead. Maybe some post-race penalties can go and sort the order out by the end of it. But yeah, anyway, Tyler on the inside is going to take it, but as it stands, it looks like it's going to fall to P2, maybe P3 by the end of this race. Obviously, it could change the post-race results, but at the moment, no true excitement for the taking of the lead for Tyler there, unless he can do some absolute hold-up jobs and get Josh back into it. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But anyway, yeah, Pablos here, Jimmy Tags another penalty for rewarding. Yeah, Pablos here on the back of Skillsdan, who's pretty close to the back of Sheik Mills. Pablos tries to go down the inside. Pressure Skillsdan's a mistake there, a little bit of contact, but he does pressure Skillsdan to a small mistake. Pablos right on the outside of him on the hard tyres. Lovely move from him. And I think Skillsdan's medium tyre wear is starting to creep up just that little bit more now, as Rio Harris, just unfortunately for him, just not having the full pace on them hard tyres, and he looks like he's going to be in a bit of a disappointing P8 by the end of all things in this race. Obviously, still a few laps to go now, and it'll be the penultimate lap for them right now, and we're going to head on to the final lap for the leaders here. So will Wisma be able to take it on track, or will Tyler be able to do it? Obviously, we don't know who's going to be able to actually win this race. We know who's going to win it on track, but we won't know who's going to win it by the steward's room. Let's have a look now. Wisburn is going to take it early and uses quite a lot more battery than Tyler first. So maybe Tyler's going to try and go for a movement to turn 4. But at the moment, Wisburn is going to take it. That's going to be enough of a warning for Tyler. So I don't think he's going to be able to get that 3-second remove. But we're still going to go with it. He's currently a few tenths clear of that P3 spot. Let's see if Tyler's going to be able to take it down here. Puts the ERS on. Wisburn does as well. Tyler going to try and make a move on the outside here. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it. Switches back to the inside. Can he get the power on? No, he has a bit of a mistake. And that is him likely over for his challenge for a lead. Meanwhile, back in the pack, Skillsdan, Rio Harris, Kodoy and Jalen, all of them fighting still. Blackburn having big issues with the medium tyres he's had on for a little while now. Let's see, is there any more moves to be made? Jalen on the outside of Kodoy. It looks like he's going to try and get a better exit down the straight here. Will he be able to do it on them really old hard tyres now? Kodoy incredibly defensive to the inside. Jalen locks up both fronts as well. Tyler gets back past Wisburn. Hold on a minute here. Look at these two fighting still. Tyler is still ahead, so maybe it still could be decided for the race win. Let's see it though. Wisburn turning on the ERS. Tyler also on the ERS. So maybe Tyler has a chance of winning this race in the steward's room, but it looks like Wisburn is going to take it right now, and he is. Wisburn wins the Portuguese Grand Prix here in BRL Season 11. Tyler takes P2 as it stands, and Josh on the podium there. A lovely David McLaren with a 2-3 finish. Let's see though, as everybody else is still fighting it out. D-Move takes P4 by a little bit of a landslide there. Will Rashid get past by Pablos? No, it's very close, but they do not get past. Skillsdan in P7. Rio Harris should be P8 even after all them penalties are applied for him. Kodo, will he get past by Jalen? Looks like Jalen just decides to go against trying to make the move. Henson Hazard, though, this is the last bit of fighting we want to see. Henson with the fastest lap, confirmed now, and we're just going to watch these two have their little fight for the last 30 seconds while we're on track here. For P11 and P12, it's just a pride at this point. Who's going to finish ahead? But let's watch it now. Henson having a massive drift through that bit. Will Hazard go for a send? Look at these two having a little bit of a fight at the end of the race. It's lovely to see. Hazard on the inside. Henson on the switching it to the inside though, and Hazard maybe going to go for a send. Henson leaving the space on the outside. I think these two are going to try and run side by side to the end of the race. I think they are. Henson and Hazard. Who is going to come out on top between the two of them? Looks like Hazard's going to let them by at the end. It's both of 16 seconds of penalties. But Henson has to take P11 and P12. That was a lovely bit of... they've done some great racing across the whole race, and I don't blame them for just going side by side at the end. Somehow Hazard gets driver of the day, even though he's in P12, according to the game. I don't know if I fully agree with that one. I think Pablos is one of my personal drivers of the day, but yeah, obviously, decided by you all that are watching the stream instead of the game. But yeah, right now Wisburn has taken the win here around Portimao. Rio Harris has been stopped and he's down in P8 now. Tyler in P2 might take the championship lead here if I'm not mistaken, and McLaren are going to gain big on the Constructors' Championship. They might even be ahead at this rate, we do not know, but we're just going to have to wait and see as Wisburn here takes the win, and the top three remaining unchanged of Wisburn, Tyler and Josh for now. Tyler could still inherit the win if that penalty is removed for him. D-Move in P4, lovely strategy for him to go from 8 to 4. Rashik P5, Pablos lovely comeback for him to get P6. Skillsam P7, Rio Harris P8, Kodoi P9, Jalen P10, Henson P11 with the fastest lap, Hazard P12, Blackman P13, disappointing for him, Jimmy Jags P14, and our non-finisher CJ Drama Kadom, knowing light in Jeremy South. Let's quickly go through the instance here if anybody else needs them. I'm just going to try and flick through them as quick as I can here, but yeah, just going to have to do it this way. Yeah, if anyone wants them, there they go. And that should be it for this one. Let's take a look at the provisional standings for you all to be caught up on. Tyler takes the lead with 1 point ahead of Rio Harris here. Josh is now only 8 points behind from Rio Harris, and Wisburn gets ahead of our Henson Constructors in the Drivers' Championship there, on to 48 points. So the top four at the moment, separated by just 13 points, heading into round 4. For the team standings, RB still do lead that Constructors' Championship, but the gap has decreased from 31 to 4 points now. McLaren gained a huge amount there. Ferrari also up 4 spots, up to P3 after that win taken by Wisburn. Brilliant stuff from them. The midfield was also very close and contested still. Aston Martin 41, Haas 40, Williams 37, Red Bull 37, Sauber 36, Alpine 32, and Mercedes 29. 4th to 10th, separated by just 12 points. Brilliant stuff as we now start heading in to the next round at Canada in 1 week's time. I'm Mr. Cookie. This has been a very faulty stream, but I hope you still enjoyed it nonetheless. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.